What's up, guys? I'm back. I'm wearing the same clothes as the last video because it is the same day for me, and I wanted to make sure that I could get another video put out before I get too busy being an adult. Being an adult. I can't even fucking say it right, let alone do it right, and it sucks, and I'm not good at it. Anyways, I wanted to do a video on Blakehomie, who is kind of... I have seen some of her tattoo videos before. I think she started tattooing when she was like 14 or 16 or something like that. And there was like some weird controversy with her and some other tattoo artist reaction channel. Because I didn't know those existed until I started doing this, which I'm like, go figure. If you can think it, it's out there, right? So somebody else who's really into tattoos reviewed her and got blasted for it because she was underage when she did it. Something along those lines, because Blakehomie actually did a reaction video of it after the fact, and I watched that like a couple of months ago. So I wanted to just stay off of her channel and not like bring anything to her, because I actually really like her aesthetic. She's got the e-girl vibe, really hardcore. She's very alternative. She's very young, so I don't like to shed light on a younger audience so much, because I do my videos 18 and older, but also because I don't intend to hurt people's feelings. I do these strictly for educational and slight entertainment purposes. I mean, it is YouTube, so I try to keep it fun for you guys, but I do reflect on my experience as a tattoo artist, and I repeat myself a lot. So, you know, that's how you learn, is the repetition. I bumped the desk. You learn through the repetition if somebody's telling you over and over and over again. So I'm more on the educational side. I don't like to belittle people or make them feel bad about what they're doing. I do like that my viewers have genuine questions, and the more scenarios I can throw at you, the better prepared you are for getting into this kind of career, if that's something you want to do. So she has a crow tattoo time lapse that she put out January of this year, and her comments are turned off on it, which I totally get. She also has like 265,000 subscribers, which, congratulations. Much better than me. I have 179. I don't know. Who's keeping track, guys? Anyways, here's her video, and yeah, let's do it, right? Okay, so this is her design. It is an American traditional crow on top of a skull, which, fun thing about American traditional, this is what I was raised on as a tattoo artist. My mentor was a American traditional artist through and through. It is a really good style of tattooing to learn off of, because it will get you to start perfecting your lining immediately. Consistency, packing, color packing, correct techniques that go into American traditional so that things aren't too heavy, so that your skin can breathe, so you have good contrast and highlights with very minimalistic application. It is a really good technique, a really good style to get into as a beginner. All of what she is going to be doing is straight lining, straight packing, some soft shading in there, but it is a very, very technical tattoo. And somebody who isn't professionally trained for it, and even people who have been licensed who don't regularly do this kind of tattoo, it is extremely difficult to pull off. Regardless how she does it, I'm not gonna knock her for it, because I don't think she's licensed. I don't expect it to be perfect. I really don't. That is a very hard tattoo to execute correctly. She has the fat grip. I'm pretty sure she's using one of those Dragon Hawk pens that everybody likes. It's a cover-up, because you can see like a face under it, and you know, she's not using A&D or petroleum jelly. She's not wiping or going with lines that she started with. There's not a stretch in there. So it is going to be harder to make it consistent. I see a lot of people do this with stick and poke. They'll refuse to wipe and stuff like that. Um, I can see why she privatizes her videos, or no, I can see why she turns off the comments on them, because, you know, when you get hate and stuff on the internet and it's just a constant buildup, especially when another YouTuber will basically make fun of you and then send their whole subscriber list over at you. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I think she's just a complete character that she just lives her best life without concern for the norm. So stuff like this is, she's already blasted in hand tattoos. She's already like made very permanent decisions in her life. So this particular tattoo here doesn't affect her. It just doesn't. So I can see where she's getting at covering up a couple of different things. Or maybe putting something in the background and laying this on top of it. But yeah, for technical precision and execution, this is like the complete opposite of what you want to do. Yeah, for this video specifically, I'm kind of going to go out of my way to not say anything rude or anything like that. She is wearing gloves. She is covering underneath of her. I don't know if it's plastic or not. I don't know if this is on her bed or not. I don't know how many passes this is going to take once she wipes it off. Okay, so she didn't wipe that part down. But we kind of get an idea of what it's like. Alrighty. So the idea of the cover-up, it is definitely going to cover up the underneath tattoo. The one underneath it is very light, much thinner lining. She got a good thick liner to use on it. Not particularly the greatest execution, but like I was saying at the beginning of this, you have to be really seasoned at American traditional to execute every line perfectly. So I have no expectation out of this. It is hard. It is extremely hard to execute thick, bold, consistent lining through and through and make it look like it came out of a computer, okay? That's basically how difficult American traditional can be. So if she's planning on putting like heavy black in here to fully cover that up, or like a big old sunspot behind it to get rid of those little patchy bits of ink around it, she's good. It's a lot easier to cover up with American traditional for lighter styles of tattoos. And I'm just realizing that's Cynthia from Rugrats. It's Angelica's doll. That's oddly fitting for her. I would like to see her do that tattoo on like a big bold scale, because that's kind of dope. I like it. It's looking pretty good. She's being pretty thorough about it. She's taking her time doing her small circles, definitely getting it covered up. Is it super smooth? No. You can water down the ink, or you can get lining ink, tends to be a little bit thinner, I think. Yep, she's just making sure she's got it packed. Now, I didn't completely cover the tattoo underneath it, but if you went through and just packed some color over it, then I think that would get rid of it. And for something very, very heavy and something she looks like she's really trying to technically apply rather than just like a silly 90s nostalgia tattoo, I prefer this over the one she's covering up. Now, she's got her black in the skull, which isn't completely packed in, and you'll notice like this lighter halo like around between the lining and where she's packing. That's a very common thing, because you can see it. It seems like you're bumping it up to the line, and then when you wipe it and the blood comes out, there's actually just like this little rim you miss around the lining where it's not completely up to it. To cover up the old one, you could try this, using a white liner and going over the bits that are really standing out and see if that lightens it up. It's not going to completely delete the tattoo, but it might help from a further away perspective to kind of blend it with the rest of it. Another thing I've noticed is when you do these big wide areas, people go in and they take their time. And then when you get to like these smaller sections, it seems like it's filling in so fast, you actually tend to rush through it a little bit quicker. So she's got little gaps here and there, but whenever she does her next tattoo and she just wants to fill it in with a liner when she's got the blackout already, just pop it in there, you'll be good. You know, nothing you need to do a second setup for unless you're doing color, you know. Oh yeah, I actually really like the head. I think that's probably my favorite part. It's intentional, highlights and lowlights of it. The shading is really accurate. It's a good design. It's not super smooth, which is harder than it looks. I like the direction she's moving in because for her aesthetic, I would expect more of like the random stick and poke style, like minimalist kind of things. But she looks like she's like branching out into more technique-based tattooing, which she makes money. I would just go get my apprenticeship, and you have the following already. So, you know, the clientele is definitely there because then you're basically opening yourself up for meet and greets, and people want to meet you, obviously, because you have 250,000 subscribers. It's an option. She's very artsy. I like her stuff. I know she's really young, so I'm not gonna like say every single thing I thought was wrong in that. I think she's learning and just doing her own thing. She has parental consent. She's been doing this for like a few years now, I think. So, you know, that's parents' job, not my job. I like her stuff. I want to see her develop more as an artist. I always like to, you know, tell y'all to pursue your goals and stuff because being an artist is hard as fuck, but tattooing is a really good avenue to start to get into that. And then when you show off your individual fine art, the tattooing kind of opens up this nice avenue to show off your fine art skill and other things you like to do, especially with social media and everything. And it's a lot different than when I started, even though I don't feel that old. It was 8 years ago when I started, and like me not having a constant presence on social media and different platforms, and I don't even know if Instagram was around. I don't fucking know, guys. Like all the different opportunities you guys have to share your art and be known more widely than I did, use it. Yeah, not the worst I've seen. It was cool. Hopefully she puts up another one because I'd like to see more of those. Don't forget to go check her out too because she has a lot of stuff. She is a very, very alt girl. And I have no idea what any of this trendy stuff is anymore because I'm a goddamn dinosaur. I will see y'all later, I guess. I'll go take a senior citizen nap. Yeah. All right. Bye.